welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your favorite show, Unfiltered. Welcome back. I have with me here, I'm privileged to have with me here in the house again, Apostle Dr. Francis Okonkwo. Welcome, sir. Welcome again. Thank you for honoring this invitation. And I have here Evangelist Eloma Joseph. Thank you for joining us this evening. And on my left, I have Evangelist Tony Eze. If you know Tom Betty Ice Cream, he's the CEO of that particular ice cream. And
having me here.
You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. If you've not tried the ice cream, check out any supermarket. Try it. It's very nice. It is. And I hope you brought some for us, sir. We would like to have a taste of that ice cream. He's the CEO of Tom Betty Ice Cream. Welcome, sir. Once more.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me here.
You're welcome, sir.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir. And today we have a fresh topic to discuss today. I'm going to be directing the first question to you, sir, Apostle. But I would like us to revisit the last one we talked about. You know, we didn't quite touch it very well. We talked about what age should someone engage in relationship. Well, I would like us to rephrase or revisit that question again, sir. So now that I have three of you in the house, so I'd like to hear your opinions. What do you have to say, sir?
Honestly,
the age.
Like I said earlier, there is no particular age, and there's no universally accepted age for one to start a relationship. Okay, but there are factors that must come to play that determines whether someone is ripe enough.
Okay.
And those factors are, we have psychological factors, we have emotional factors, then we have communication factors. You must have to know how to communicate well. Then there has to be some level of financial stability. Okay? Some level of financial stability, because you don't talk about romance without finance. Finance and romance, they work pari passu. All right? And again, you have to know who you are first.
Okay.
Before trying to know the other person.
Okay.
There are a lot of people who doesn't even know who they are, why they are here, and they are trying to figure out the next person.
Okay.
It's not going to work out. I think some of the resource persons will help us to expand this clearly, right?
Okay. So, Evangelist Oloma, what do you think in this particular, at what age do you think one should be?
Yeah, actually it's a pleasure to be here today.
Okay, welcome.
You see, relationship is a very wide and a very deep thing to, it should be a thing that we speak of with more ebullience.
Okay.
Because if we talk about age here, there are certain things, just like Daddy points out, that you need to know before you go into a relationship.
Okay.
But there are relationships that I had to, I came across this kind of relationship, like in the past, in the Igbo setting, in African setting. A man goes into a family, like a father goes into a family to project a young lady, maybe at birth,
Okay.
to be married into a particular, that courtship starts at a very tender age.
Yeah.
Now, this young lady is being groomed to know that this man is going to be my husband, right from birth.
Okay.
Like right from the day, like my mom. My mom she was married the day she was brought into the world.
Right.
That is, my grandfather went to the compound and poured a wine into a little pot and then said, she is going to be my child. So when my dad grew up, he was very stubborn. And they said the marriage will not hold. But my mother was very tender and young, and she was, getting interested in the young man. So this particular marriage, this particular relationship is a kind of thing that we should imbibe a little bit into the recent one. Like, she's been projected, like she's been groomed, she's been trained, she's been, told,
already giving that
yes,
right
that
mentality
this is what you're going to be until she grows up. But there are some disadvantages that follows this kind of relationship. Because when they grow up, they become more maybe romantically attached to other people, maybe mentality or what the man becomes later on makes him to dislike, or the woman dislikes, maybe compatibility and the rest. So I feel that a man and a woman should come to a maturity and have all the factors that Daddy has listed here before they go into marriage, so that they will know what they are going into, because it's a serious business.
Okay, thank you very much for that answer. And Sarah Dicking, or rather Evangelist Tony, what do you have to say about this, sir?
Just like the speakers have already pointed out,
Okay.
relationship is a very broad thing. It encompasses a lot of things. But just like the first speaker, my father here said, it does not have really an age at which a person could start a relationship. Relationship starts from even birth. As a child is being put to bed, that child, even as he's sucking the mother's breast, he's looking at the mother's face. He knows when he bites the mother, he looks at how the countenance to see how the woman will react. So that's a relationship.
Yeah.
So, but as regards to maybe a man and a woman, maybe single people who are coming together to see what they will become, it also starts as they are coming, they are interfacing each other. I've been privileged enough to have people who, even as they were tender, they grew up right from primary school, even though it's very rare. But at that age, they were still very tender. But you see that there was compatibility as they were growing up. If they find, when they meet each other, that's a chemistry in their body tells them, we can be together. So, but legally, when action of a party is to be perceived as being binding, is when the person has actually come to the age of 18 years.
18 years.
Yes, in Nigeria.
Legally.
Legally. That is when any of the action could be enforceable in a Nigeria law court. But relationship is more of a moral thing, is more of a psychological thing. But when any of the action could be perceived as being legally binding, is when the person has come to the age of 18. For example, there was a case that was judged some years ago, Edet and Inyang, and it was said, it was judged, Edet was betrothed to Inyang at the tender age, but as they were growing up, another man happens to be the one getting Edet pregnant, the one he said he will marry him, not the one that she was betrothed to.
Okay.
Right.
So, but in the course of it, they took the matter to court, and the court judged that that custom at which Edet was betrothed to was repugnant to natural justice, equity, and good conscience, and it could not be binding on that girl because she was not of age when she was actually betrothed to the husband. So I believe that at the age of 18, when one is already, legally, any of her action could be legally enforceable in Nigerian court, that is when somebody is said to be, ripe for relationship. But it can start at any age, but it cannot be enforceable if there is any
cultural
And
barrier.
if there is any infringement, it won't be enforced in any Nigerian court at that age.
Wow.
That becomes, I think I have to add a few things, because
Okay.
like when my sister was talking, she reflected one thing, and he also reflected the same thing. There is this cultural barrier, this traditional aspect of relationship that we should not quickly push aside, okay?
Yes, sir.
Because in some cultures, even up to today, a child of 9, 10 years is married away in the northern part of this country.
You are right, sir.
And
You're right.
nobody takes anybody to court.
It's true.
So, and the government and the society looks the other way, as though nothing happened. And I've seen a case where a lady was betrothed to a man, but she insisted she must go to school. Instead, she was brought to the square, flogged for refusing to follow the man, and instead going to school. So, and I'm still waiting for justice. I've not heard anything about justice for her or for anybody. And this kind of incidents can put fear in people and subject and put down their voices. Okay? So we have the cultural interplay. I think we are going to touch that later in this discussion. It might not be today, okay, but we are going to come to that, because even at a point there are people, when they get entangled emotionally, an issue comes up that it has been accepted, it has been decided by our forefathers that people from this side should never get married to people from the other side. People from this area should never, that it does not matter what you think, what you feel, what you read, what you think, what you feel for each other.
And it has become
Almost a law,
culture,
binding on everybody, despite your belief. Even if you like, travel to America and come back. And these are part of the issue. There are some of the issues that are causing a lot of havoc and problems. And now you don't see certain people, they run away from the society. They are ready to commit suicide just to make sure they don't fall back to such obnoxious.
Some even commit suicide just to prove a point.
Yeah, to prove a point. To prove a point that such things is not good and it has to be stopped. So I think there's a big problem. There are some cultures that forbid young girls from going to school up to today.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Now, if you are betrothed to a person at a very tender age, and as a young man, you've graduated from medical school, and you are now a senator, will you now come back to marry someone who never went to school at all?
It's impossible.
Or a panwanta? So imagine that. And the culture says you must marry her. These are some of the disparities that must be balanced. We have a lot of challenges, and the society is looking the other way around. Nobody seems to be decisive enough or to be bold enough to confront the problem, because it's a dilemma. It's a dilemma.
I'd like to chip in something in.
Okay, go ahead.
Like we are like trying to forget the fact that in every relationship it started from Adam. Like God built relationship.
Okay.
Like when I was reading the book of Genesis chapter 2 verse 18, the Lord said, "It is not good for a man to be alone. Let's make a helpmeet." A helpmeet means someone that is fit for that man. And that man, God looked at him, he was very, very mature. Yes.
To handle it.
He was mature, and secondly, he was mentally mature enough to know that most of the things he was sitting with were animals, and he didn't have anyone
Any
to be
emotional
compatible
connection, yeah.
with. So when God brought this woman to him, he said, "This is you know, he felt
Flesh
that,
of my flesh.
he felt that,
That
chemistry
connection,
and that connection. So I feel that whenever we want a particular relationship to be balanced, we should think about the mental balancing, like what God ordained from Eden.
Origin.
So
Okay.
that's
You
what
are
I
right.
want to
Thank
chip
you
in.
very much.
That's the
So,
problem.
there's a serious problem.
God started it, but at some point, because I know I've read the portion of the scripture where Abraham was instructing the servants not to allow any of his son to marry from a particular tribe, as though those tribes are not meant to be married. So who are you keeping?
Or they are not from God.
They are not from God. So I think God will help us.
Those reservations.
They
God
just, they
really
just
help us.
Reservations have been from time immemorial.
yes.
They have always have. For example, you look at when Isaac now came of age.
And people keep
To marry.
promoting it, taking it to the next level.
Just
Like,
like Moses,
it's just
that married an
into a law
Ethiopian
overnight.
woman,
Woman,
and he was confronted by Miriam, and she was the first person that had, was it? Should I say leprosy? Or yes.
Yes, God punished.
Because God fought for him, for his choice.
So I wonder who gave those Asian people that sense that
idea.
you should marry from here and you should not marry from here.
I think it was actually because of idolatries and the choosing were the Israelites. So that was it. God wanted them. Marriage will push you into a lot of things. Marriage, it will push you into a lot of things. It will make you like Solomon married foreign wives,
that one,
and he
Baba.
just he diverted from
His vision. He scattered his vision.
it's
It
not
can
normal.
bring confusion. We are even trying to manage one wife, and a human being is getting married to.
Some person married only one, and people cannot hear words. People cannot rest. But Solomon married 1,000, and there was no fracas. There has
And-
never been
and
any
that's the irony
interference.
behind
Nobody
it.
has ever been invited to settle quarrel.
Yes.
But today, even
How
from
did you manage
courtship,
to do it?
from courtship,
From
blows will be flying.
But daddy, one thing you should understand about multiple women is that everybody will be fighting to fit in. So it is of the advantage for the man. So they will
Okay, that's why
either
most
kill
men
you
marry
or
8
make
wives
you to be alive.
or 10 wives.
They will just finish you.
Okay, please, I think if we should keep talking about this, our time will just run off. Let's go to what we have for today.
Okay.
The questions are, what do men want in a relationship? Now, this is the big one. It's actually simple but very deep. What do men actually want in a relationship? Like, I've had some people ask me this question. So many people have asked me this question,
What
but I
do
was
men
like,
want?
I think we should bring it to the table. What do men want in a relationship?
I think we should ask men. Men, what do you want? What do you want?
I'm going to be directing
What do
this
you
question
want
to you,
in
sir.
relationships? I think our audience should help us out in this by sending their contributions, their answers, and their opinions. Okay, but by and large, I think I would say that every man wants to be treated like a king.
So, in other words,
Every man wants a respect.
thank
A
you.
respect.
Okay.
Respect in all its ramifications. Respect.
So the number one thing men want, because I was
It's not
thinking
number
the same
one. That
thing.
respect comprises of so many things.
So many things.
Yeah. They are all summed up in one word. Respect.
Respect. Okay, if we should break it down, open that book called
A man
Respect.
wants someone,
Let's see what's inside.
Someone he could look at, defend, protect. Okay? A man does not want someone that will come and protect him, defend him. Okay? You don't go to fight and after you come back to explain to your husband that there was a fracas. No. It means you are the man of the house. If anybody looks for your trouble, you should swallow it, be humble enough, report to your husband, and watch that man bundle the person into abyss. Yeah.
Okay. So, is there more to this? Respect. You just gave us one out of many. Like you said, there's a lot that comes with that word, respect. So, let me just believe you just gave us one out of many. So, sir, Evangelist Tony Eze, what do you have to say? What do men really want? Like, this is a very deep question.
Yes, it is. It is. Actually, it is a very deep one. Because Papa said respect, which in my own words, and according to Bible, he said submission. That a man wants a woman that will come under him and submit to him.
Truly.
In behavior, in character, in all areas. A man doesn't want somebody that when he'll be coming home, he'll be feeling that he has just like a colleague or just like somebody of his nature.
Marry a colleague.
Yes.
So I once heard a man.
Another of his kind.
I once heard a man saying that it's not only women that should submit under men. That men are also required to submit to their wives.
No.
And he actually quoted it in the Bible to back it up. So that men should also submit to the wife. But in my own opinion, I think the submission should first come from the woman. If a woman submits to the husband, naturally.
You see, a lot of people make a hell of mistakes.
Okay.
It's just like in the part of the scripture where it is said that when you come close to God,
God who comes close
to you. When you draw near to God, God draws near to you. God does not move close to anybody. It means
we have to be
the more you come
first.
close to him, the more you feel he is closer to you. Okay? When you submit totally to a man, okay, naturally you will be in control of that man indirectly. And that's when it will not look like the man
comes. It looks like the man submitted
you are not
to
in
you.
control. That's when people will now begin to attribute it to maybe diabolism. They will now say that this one is using kayamata, is using this one, is using charms, okay, on this man. It's not any charm. That your submission is what pulls the trigger and turns the man on. The man can wash your plate. He can do anything. A man can fight dirty for a woman that honors him.
Exactly. So that submission, like when a woman submits under a man, that woman. The Bible says, men, love your wives. That's our submission is what the Bible calls love for our wives.
And when you begin to display that love, it will look like you're also
submitting to the woman. Because there is nothing the woman say that you will change or that you will confront.
Yeah.
Everything just yes. Everything must be given to her.
Because we love her. And love cannot function without giving. You even give your life.
Yeah.
You just stick your neck, kill me please.
Okay.
And people are saying this man is stupid. How can a man be saying this? It's submission. It's love.
And you wouldn't hear any other thing though.
Yeah.
There's nothing else anybody says anywhere that will prick him or that will matter to him. What he's seeing is that thing that the woman is giving her, which is what? The submission. Madam, Oya, do this one. He said, yes, sir. Do this one, yes, sir. And that is exactly.
Before you talk, I want to say something, sir.
Okay.
If you observe in our society, ugly ladies marry easier
than beautiful ones. Yes. Why is that?
Because they submit. They see it as a privilege.
That you looked at them. How ugly they are.
But the other one is seeing that the man should be privileged to have her.
Because she's very beautiful.
Yeah.
If you're not ready, others are ready.
Men are not looking for beauty. In fact, once your character is ugly, everything is ugly. No man sees any beauty in a woman with a bad character.
Exactly.
There's a beauty in the character that the man sees everywhere. Please, let's not look like we are trying to
sideline.
Let's allow the lady to.
Wow.
Even though
it's very interesting what daddy and daddy.
Even
and
though
daddy,
she has no colleague, it's not balanced.
It's okay. You see, I would always go back to Adam.
Okay.
Yeah. Women are on the delivery side, while the men are on the demanding side. What a man wants in a woman depends on who he is.
Okay, that's another thing.
Who you are makes you to get what you want. And you cannot want submission from somebody that is not meant to submit to you. In the sense that,
Okay.
yes, in the sense that it is compatibility. It is who you are, the affiliation you belong, and your total behavioral pattern in life that makes you choose who will submit to you as a man. So you first of all know who you are before you get what you want, so that thing will give you what you want. Now, before we go into what you want, what men want, I would like to tell you that women being on the demanding side, they already know that the men come purchasing them. They are like goods in the market.
Okay.
So they obscure their character. They don't bring it out in a relationship. So you will not know. Because men are
And women are good at
deceived.
that.
That is
Yes,
obvious.
they are deceived by what they see.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
They are pushed by what they see. So women already know. So they don't project who they are at first.
They hide some
They
of the
hide some of the
character.
characters
Manners.
and then bring out
The one that will
good
entice the
ones.
man.
The people have
Since
finished
the
us.
men want submission, they will submit.
pretend, they even
But
pretend.
after the marriage,
Anyway,
you
you
hear
now
it.
see the true color.
Now, I'd like men, since we are on the demanding, since we are on the delivery side, God has given you the dominion. Try to observe before you go into. Try to observe so that you know. You might be you might be making a mistake with the one that is very close to you, because you feel that her way of life, maybe because of her self-esteem, will make you feel that this one will not be submissive. Let me go for the one that is ugly.
Or
At
the
the
one
end
in
of the
the
day,
village.
the one that is
the
ugly,
one that will kill
is
you.
ugly in character, is
And
ugly
ugly
in everything,
physically.
and they will kill you. You don't expect daddy, the way he is, you know, a man of God, to go marrying somebody from the beer parlor.
Yeah.
You see, it's not compatible.
Except he hears from God audibly.
Yes, like
My
Hosea.
son,
Like Hosea.
enter the
Like Hosea heard from God. You understand? But what I am trying
And
to
he
say is
really
that
saw
try
Hosea.
to check it out. Try to check before you go into that relationship, so that you get somebody that submits to you. Honestly, it's been a very big, tedious thing in the society today.
Currently.
Because men are making a hell of mistake. Getting women that are not compatible with them. You know? So at the end of the day, they go into marriages that get divorced. When the man is already on the limelight, people are seeing him, they will want to disgrace you. So this thing called relationship, I just want to talk about it in that context. Relationship, you should be more careful about who you relate with, and who you relate with depends on who you are. So you choose from your circle. If you're a man of God, you choose from your circle, and you go about with your circle. That's what I mean.
Okay. So we have a oh boy.
Okay, you create
Questions
an
are flowing in.
atmosphere.
An atmosphere.
Okay, that atmosphere attracts.
Attract
Who you are.
Who you are. Your like minds. Yes.
It's like a magnetic field.
Yes.
You create it, you now watch.
There is no how you will be in a relationship that you will not, like 1 year, 2 years, that you will not know who that person is. It's
To
just
an
like,
extent.
yes.
To an extent,
To an
yeah.
extent. For you to know, you must know the past. Then you minimize the present.
Okay, excuse
and
me.
then anticipate the future.
We have 3 questions online already.
Excuse me. we might not finish all of them today. Is it necessary to make or to investigate
Of course.
The past of someone you want to relate with.
Of course.
Or should
Fear,
we just
But what if the past hurts? Like you seeing her past or knowing her past. What if it will now change your
it is
mind?
better for the past to hurt than for the future
Yeah.
to kill you.
to kill you?
Yes.
Word.
Then when you know the past, you can now, because there is no every woman is broken and every man is broken, but ironically, these men, even a broken man, want a whole woman, because they are the domineering, on the domineering part. God has given them the crown, so we ought to be under them. That's the truth. But the mistake we made from the beginning was that men overused that domineering, part
Wow,
of them.
Quality.
Yes, and now making women that are even gentle, even humility,
Please, if
making them to start, demanding for.
Before you confuse us, I think you've said so many things.
She really has said
You
so
have
many
said
things.
so many things. I think I'm beginning to reconsider my position. Because now the first is that women are inclined naturally
Yes.
to hide part of their characters. Men, watch this. That when you come to a woman, you are not going to see her the way she is. In fact, that may continue for even up to a year, 2 years, even 5 years.
Yes.
Depends on her personality. Then it is good also equally to make inquiries, to ask questions, either concerning the family, an individual, and please do not just fling the information. Make sure you follow them. Find out, yes, you are not actually looking for an opportunity to bond. You are looking for opportunity to bond well,
Yes,
to relate
exactly.
well.
Exactly.
So it's just like an investigative journalism. Okay, you are looking for something to help the society. Okay, not to create fears. All right. Then number 3, that is the issue of you've hammered on this seriously, and I don't think it should be pushed aside that way.
Okay.
That there's also an expectation. It's like women have understudied men more than we do to women.
They have that as a gift.
Even their meeting, they
They have it as
discuss.
a gift.
They have that
Yes,
as
They have
a
lecture.
for sure.
They really do have
They
that.
They
can
have lecture
perceive.
classes.
They can perceive.
Yeah,
they can
perceive.
Daddy, that is why I said that men actually made a little mistake. Maybe in the African setting or in the whole dispensation, they made a mistake.
Hey.
Like, because they see themselves
I'm
as
all
king,
ears.
which they are. God has crowned them.
them.
Now, you see, power corrupts good manner.
Yeah.
Now,
Power
they
corrupts.
made these
And absolute
women,
power corrupts, absolutely.
these women, they became so domineering that women started fighting for their rights under them. Now the other mistake that we are going to make in future is allowing these women.
No, I wouldn't buy.
Driving-
I wouldn't buy to your view.
This-
Because right from the time
Creation.
being, women had always been subjugated. If you read things fall apart.
Yes.
In fact, most of the ancient times, the men of those times, they always have a way of bringing the woman to a position of
A housemaid.
under, to bring them down, either practically, economically,
That was the mistake.
socially.
And now there is a lot of young
Okay, we are not
ladies
saying that
on the
women have
net.
been pushed to the wall.
They've been pushed to the wall,
They are now
and we are now
fighting to
having
survive.
single mothers everywhere because
Right.
we want to have that masculine power. That is the next mistake that is going to come up in future. It's going to be like a volcanic eruption.
No, it's already happened. I watched
Okay.
a clip today. The clip was an interview granted to a lady from Imo State who lives in UK. The young man was like that he has interviewed so many men from Nigeria who claimed that their wives, when they come to UK,
They will divorce them.
They will divorce them. They will plan a way of actually pushing them
Separating.
out of their house.
Yeah.
You know, by
Which is-
cheating
which
them
is
and even
rampant now.
because the law favors them more, favors women more
Than the men.
in UK than the men.
Even in
So-
the Western world.
Yeah, in the Western world. So they are not complaining that once you bring a woman, every man that is planning on coming to UK, you should now need to judge whether you should come with your family or not to come with your family. Because once you come, a woman gathers more morale
What you know.
and push you out of the house that you
Even the morale she
even
doesn't
paid
have
for.
before, the society will give her morale.
Give
Morale.
her because
The law will give her backup.
so it's actually happening because most of them that push their husbands out becomes a single mother and takes charge of training the children.
And
that
they are very
have together.
comfortable.
But just like
No, they also subject the men. They will have to be paying them for training those children. For a whole lot of money. Whether the man has money or not.
alimony, you pay. So
Wow.
just like she said,
It's
you
a
know,
serious menace.
there's something I see about
Serious one.
like what men want.
Serious one.
Because every man that comes to a woman first in relationship does not come to that man to get married. That is one thing you should know. Every man that comes to a woman at the beginning does not just come immediately to begin to talk about marriage. But there must be something that that man sees in that woman that will first of all draw the man close to the woman or to the lady before even talking about starting the relationship, before it now graduates into marriage. So that is what we are talking about. There must be something. For example, some people just need somebody that will tell them truth. For example, personally, when I never thought of marrying. I was just looking at, can I ever have a woman that once she says is standing here, when you go to London and come back, she's still standing there. That was actually what I made up my mind that I'm looking for. It's not a woman that when you are coming, you had that a thought and it's telling you it's black. When at the end of the day you look at it, it becomes yellow and red. So I was looking for that woman.
A perfect.
And her, that one that will tell me I'm here, and when you go and come back, she's there. So, and when I saw it, it was for me, immediately I saw that aspect of that in a woman. I have now known that I have arrived.
You have conquered.
I have actually come to my last bus stop.
Evangelist,
So I think
I need to ask you some little question. It's just very small like this.
Go ahead.
Okay.
What about that song, that secular song on the air?
Okay.
That if you're looking for a woman that is perfect and everything, go build them yourself.
Go and build it yourself.
Yourself.
It's not that a woman that you are looking for
must have all the
all the qualities.
Exactly.
That must be the one that makes more sense to you as a man.
Then you now work on the rest.
You know, every man has what he wants, what he
What
desires.
I want to know is it possible for a man to build what he wants in a woman?
Exactly.
It's very
Not
possible.
every woman.
But
There
very
are women
possible.
you cannot change.
Exactly.
No matter how hard you
Even
try.
and you
Somebody who has
understand.
made up her mind, you can't change her.
Exactly.
No matter how hard you try.
And some of them
In
came
fact, you
came
put in
from-
your life. In fact, you lay down your life.
Some of them
It
came
will
from a
still not do
background
anything.
where their mother was beating their father.
Exactly.
So it becomes very difficult for
It
you
becomes
to
a
correct.
pattern.
So they see it
becomes
as
a
a way of life. Some men
In
also
fact,
come
if
from
you
a
try to
background
change her, she
where
will
the
even
men
beat
beat
you
their,
then.
their wife.
For trying to change her.
Yeah, she will beat you.
He will even beat you for trying to change
What will
her.
you say about my auntie? They said when she was very young and she was married, she would beat up her husband, and when people start gathering, she would just turn her husband and be under.
Those
And
people,
say,
you cannot change them.
Just killed me.
No matter how hard you try.
When you have a woman, that lies to you,
This one is a rose.
you understand? Like when you, like as a man,
Why the man is almost half dead? She will not turn the man and place the man on top of her.
there are characters in a woman that you could change as a man. It's not a
This one
woman
must be a win.
that is a habitual liar.
voodoo.
That you see is a habitual liar. You say you will change her. You get me? Except Holy Ghost is the one that will just come and touch that one and say,
Even
let
at
this
some
one
point, even Holy
change.
Ghost, they will even tie
But
yourself.
you as a man, you know the primary thing. There must be primary. That's one that when you see in a woman by connection or by coming together. Let me just tell you the truth. Every man that comes to a woman, it's just like the way we teeter our goats in the fields to eat grasses. There are some grasses it will eat to the roots. There are some it will just take on top and moves. It depends on the taste it gives to the animal. That is how it is to men. If a man, you are attracted to a man by a character, and that man comes to you, you are the one that will determine whether the relationship will graduate to marriage or that it will no longer go beyond that level. So if you see a man and the man is coming to you, know that fully well you're a prospective wife to that man. And that is why you need to tell all your character towards what that young man wants and what you want. Let me tell you, no man wants to miss a good wife, a good woman. Every man desires a good woman that will give him peace of mind, that will give him respect.
Peace of mind.
And when he sees it,
I think before we come to the conclusion of this,
we still have 3 questions to answer, sir. And it will be unfair if we don't answer these questions.
my sister mentioned an aspect of what I just wanted to say.
okay,
But you should know yourself.
okay,
When you know yourself, you now know what
Exactly.
you want.
exactly.
You must have set goals. Then when you see someone that has the capability, a similar vision, okay, birds of a feather flock together. When you have someone who can help you in the aspect of what you have already determined
Yes.
to achieve, because she's an helpmate,
Mate.
someone that is suitable, fit, someone who can help you put your feet on the ground strong. Now, there are a lot of men who are just boys. They don't even have any plan, personal goal or plan. And they are out there looking for a woman
To relate with.
to relate with. Is that not a
Colossal mistake and I'm waiting to happen.
a time bomb? If I may say, it's a time bomb.
Exactly.
It's a time bomb. You don't even have direction.
Vision.
You are now looking for someone to help you scatter in so many directions, because that's what it will happen. That's what it will be. You don't have that. A woman is coming to magnify whatever you have.
You gave.
Whatever you have already achieved, she will amplify it. If you are stupid, she will help everybody to know that you are a stupid
You're
man.
a stupid man. So quickly, there's
Because whatever you give a woman, she multiplies.
Yes.
there's a question online by Aniobi Aloysius Ositadima.
And sometimes people will say, what does a woman bring to the table? A woman is not bringing anything. No.
Exactly.
She's coming to the table to amplify what you have kept
already
there.
kept on the
Exactly.
table.
There is a disaster whenever a woman brings anything
To the table. That table must not stand.
Because when Eve brought something to the table, what happened?
The table
The
never
suffering we
stood.
are suffering
Thank
today
you.
is you know,
So
you know the
it's
cause
not
of
meant for us to do that.
What does she bring to the table? Some men don't even have table. And are looking for someone to bring something.
Something
Is it on
to
the
the
ground? Your vision is the table. Bible says he will run who reads it.
Yes.
Write it, make it plain.
Boom.
So when a woman comes in, she will not know there's already a life you have. She will not help to make that life beautiful.
amplify it.
When she comes, you are scattered, you are haggard, you are.
She will help you.
My God.
Okay, a question by Aniobi Aloysius Ositadima. He said, can a relationship thrive without mutual respect and open communication? Can a relationship thrive without mutual respect and open communication?
Never.
Never.
Highly inconsequent.
Never.